Hello everyone, I Mukesh Tiwari welcome everybody in the Smart Exam Academy. In the last video, we had discussed about the concept of the power sharing, which was the first chapter of the CBSE book class 10. In the last video, we had discussed about the meaning of the power sharing, the definition we had discussed, and we also discussed about the case study of Belgium and Sri Lanka, in which we discussed about the language problem in these two countries. We also saw the conflict between the Dutch and the French speaking people in Belgium, and in Sri Lanka we also discussed the language problem between the Sinhala people and the Tamil speaking people. So in this video we are going to discuss about the accommodation or the solution of the problem of the language problem of Belgium and Sri Lanka, and we will also discuss how much still they are successful in resolving their language problem. At last we will also discuss the need of the power sharing and also the different forms of the power sharing in which it may exist. The power sharing may exist in the present day society. You are also going to get the extent notes and proper explanation in the simple language. So let's begin. So welcome once again in the Smart Exam Academy. We are going to discuss about the second part of the power sharing. In the last video, if you can remember, in the last video we had discussed about the definition of the power sharing and the two case studies, that is the Belgium and the Sri Lanka. Belgium and Sri Lanka. So today let's begin with the accommodation part. So accommodation in Belgium, that means the solution. In the last video we had discussed that the language problem was more severe. It was more severe problem. The language problem was most important problem in the Belgium, which divided the two communities to linguistic group. That is the Dutch speaking people who were majority. The 59% of the people were the Dutch speaking people and the French speaking people. So how they solved their problem? Actually they solved their problem by modifying the constitution or by amending the constitution. Amending means changing or modifying the constitution. So between 1970 to 1993 they amended their constitution 4 times. In the four different times their constitution was changed. Why? To solve the language problem. To solve the language problem, how the linguistic problem or the language problem was solved? By giving 50-50 representation in the central government. The constitution prescribes that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers should be equal. That means 50% will belong to the Dutch community and 50% belong to the French speaking community, so that everybody can get their participation in the governmental decision making process, which is the idea of the power sharing. The power sharing also tell the same thing, that everybody should have their participation, not a single community should be left out. So the same thing happened in Belgium. Let's see the another problem. The central government had been given the status, has been given to the state government. The powers were given to the state government of the regions of the country. It is called the decentralization of power. The decentralization, in which the power is taken from the central government and it is given to the regional government for the proper exercise of the governmental power. So here also more and more power were given to the regional government, so that the regional government can do something for the development of their people. So this is the second one. Third one, separate government, which is called the community government. So you can write down these 2 points. Community government. A new third type of the government, that is the community government, was started by the constitution. Now, what will be the function of the community government? The community government will look after the interest of the particular linguistic community. That means the French people will also have one community government, and the Dutch people will also have one community government. The French community government will look after the interest of the French speaking people, and the Dutch community government will look after the interest of the Dutch speaking people, so that not a single member can be deprived of their rights. Everybody would be able to enjoy their rights. So this is the meaning of the community government. The community government is the local government of Belgium. So in India also we have one local government, that is called the Panchayat system. The Panchayat system. The Panchayat system is the local government in India. In India it is called Panchayat, the Panchayat Raj system. In Belgium it is called the community government, the same. And the community government look after the interest of the particular language speaking people at the local level. So community government is also a local government of Brussels, of Belgium. I hope that the three solution everybody has been able to understood. Now if you have not understood, you can recap the video. Now once again we are revising. The first solution of the problem is 50-50 representation in the central government. Another one, decentralization. The power were taken away from the central government and it was given to the regional governments. And third one is the community government. The community government is also called the local government. So I hope everybody has understood. Let's move to the next topic. Now community government. It is a definition of the community government. What is the meaning of the community government? So as I have said, the community government is a local government of Belgium. The community government look after the interest of the particular linguistic community. So here in the notes you can see the Dutch, French and German speaking people, no matter where they live, it look after the interest of their own language speaking people. So let's move. In Belgium, the leaders have realized that the unity of the country is possible only by respecting the feelings and interests of different communities and regions. So it is a spirit of the democracy. The democracy also tells that the people of different community of the different regions should be accommodated and should have their participation in the decision making process of the government. The Sri Lanka has shown an opposite example. Now we will start our discussion with Sri Lanka. Up to this we have discussed about Belgium, and we found that Belgium has been able to solve their problem. Now let's talk about Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka has shown opposite example. If the majority community want to force its dominance over others and refuses to share power, it can weaken the unity of the country. Still there is a problem. In Sri Lanka. Language problem is still there. Although the Tamil language has been recognized as a second language in Sri Lanka, still the Tamil people are deprived of their language rights. In the capital, Jayawardhanapura is the capital of Sri Lanka. In the Jayawardhanapura, the Sinhalese language is spoken. The Sinhalese language were still spoken, but it led to bloodshed in the 1987. The Tamil was recognized as a language, but before that the Sinhalese were dominating in Sri Lanka and the Tamil people were not able to enjoy their rights, and that is why a new terrorist group became possible. LTTE, LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam. It was a terrorist group led by Prabhakaran. Now he is no more. Now LTTE has lost its importance, but there was a time when it was a terrorist group. This organization was also involved in the murder of Rajiv Gandhi. So there was a bloodshed in Sri Lanka on the language issue because the power sharing was ignored by the people of Sri Lanka, particularly the Sinhalese people. So let's move. So up to, in conclusion, we can say in Belgium the power sharing was possible. In Sri Lanka the power sharing was not possible. Let's move. Now, why is power sharing desirable? Here we are going to understand about the need of the power sharing. Why is power sharing desirable? The need of the power sharing. Here we can say the need of the power sharing. What is the essentiality? Or you can also, the question can also come as the importance of power sharing. The importance of power sharing. What is the importance of power sharing? Now there are two main causes. One is called the prudential reason, another one is called the moral reason. Now what is the meaning of prudential? Prudential means intelligence related to mind, that it is an intelligent approach, it is an intelligent method to establish democracy in the country, to maintain peace in the country. The power sharing is good because it helps to reduce the possibility of conflict between the social groups. If every group is having their participation in the decision making process of the government, everybody's problem is solved, then nobody has no problem. Nobody has any kind of problem. So it is good for the stability of the government. Another one is the moral reason. Everybody, suppose 100 people are residing in your society, so you cannot ignore 20 people. The views of 20 people you can't ignore, you should not ignore. You have to take the interest of everybody, you have to protect the interest of everybody. It is the duty of the government. So it is a moral, that means on the basis of the morality, the government should take care of the interest of everybody. So power sharing is the very spirit of the democracy. It is a spirit that without, as I have said at the very beginning, that without power sharing, the democracy is not possible. The democracy can be successful only when the power sharing is happening in the country, only when it is a true democracy. So it should happen whenever you are having a democratic type of government. The power sharing is essential. Without power sharing, the democracy cannot be called a meaningful one. So democratic rule involves the sharing of power with those affected by its exercise, who have to live with their effect, with its effect. So it is a moral one, on the basis of morality. What should be, should not be, ये होना चाहिए हमारे देश में. So people have the right to be counseled on how they are to be governed. That means the people should have their say, the people should have their opinion, how they should be governed in the country. Let's move. I hope that the need of the power sharing has been understood. It is a very important one. Every year this question will be asked. So in the question paper, this question cannot be ignored. So I hope that everybody has understood, learned this properly. It is very important one in the exam. Let's move. So forms of the power sharing, it is also another one, but the forms of power sharing will not come as a long question. It can come as the explain two forms of power sharing, explain the horizontal power sharing. It can come in this way. So there are 4 forms of the power sharing. We are going to understand all the 4 forms in a meaningful way. You will not forget it in your lifetime also. So let's understand. The power is shared among different organs of the government. Whenever there will be distribution of power sharing, whenever the power sharing will exist on the organs of the government, it is called horizontal. What is the meaning of horizontal? Horizontal means this, the line. the parallel line is called the horizontal line, because the organs of the government, three organs of the government I have said at the very beginning, that is the executive, legislature and the judiciary. Executive, legislature and the judiciary. So these are the three organs of the government, and these three organs of the government enjoy equal power. So there is horizontal distribution of power. That is why it is called horizontal, because every government enjoy equal power. So so this kind of distribution is called the horizontal power sharing, because it allows different organs of the government placed at the same level exercise different powers. Although all the organs exercise different powers, but they enjoy equal power. I hope understood. It is very important one. Many times it comes. That is horizontal distribution of power sharing. So let's move to the next point. The power can be shared among the government at different level. The central government for the entire country, and the state government and the local government. That means the here community government. Community government. Community government. It is the third tier of the government, the community government. The central government, the state government and the community government. So it is called the vertical distribution of power sharing. Why it is called vertical distribution? Because it goes in the line here. This is called the vertical. This is called the vertical. Central government is at the top level. Central government is more powerful, that is it is at the top. The state government is at the medium level between the state government, and the last one is called the local or community government. So the most important powerful is the central government, then state government, then the community government, and that is why it is called the vertical distribution of power. Okay, so there is a power sharing between these three organs of the government. I hope I have been able to make you understand. So let's move to the next one. Third one, four forms of power sharing I have said. So it is the third one. We have discussed. Shared among different social groups. In between the social group, the power is also shared between linguistic and religious group. Linguistic means language. As the community government in Belgium is a good example of that. Every language group also have power. Every religious group also have their own power. So power is also divided between different groups. So it is called the another form of the power sharing. The fourth one is that the power sharing between political parties, pressure groups and the movements. Control or influence those in power. So power sharing also happens between the political party, different political party, pressure groups and the movements. Like the movement example I give you, what is the meaning of the movement? Like Narmada Bachao. Narmada Bachao movement by Medha Patkar. So it is also it also exerted power, it also pressurized the government, and the government had to listen. The government listened to the people. Narmada Bachao Andolon. Another one is called the Chipko movement. Chipko movement. Now what was Chipko movement? All these are the social movements. It happened in 1985 in Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, what happened? It was against the cutting of the trees. The trees were being cut off. So it is a great danger for the environment. So the Chipko movement started, and the government had to listen to the common people, and they had to suspend the cutting of the trees. So all these, the political party, pressure group, everybody enjoy power, and the government listened to them. So these are the four power sharing we have discussed. The first one was the horizontal horizontal power sharing. Another one was the vertical power sharing. Vertical power sharing, it was the second one. The third one was the third one, as we have seen the community government. And fourth one was the political parties. Community government or groups, or third one or fourth one is the political parties. So these are the main forms of the power sharing. So up to this we have finished the chapter. So thank you for being with us, and in the next time we are coming with the federalism. I am coming with the next video with the federalism. Thank you for being with us and watching the video. This is my email ID. If you want to ask any question, you can directly contact me on this email ID. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more and more updates. Thank you.